All right, we're live. Welcome to the Music for Humans podcast. My name is Louis Racicot. I am the founder of Music for Humans, and today my guest is the drummer, influencer, and music producer Alexa Ray. Alexa, it's great to have you here. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you, Louis, for having me.
Yeah, of course. I'm super excited about this actually. Alexa, you've had like a really cool, impressive start of career. You became famous on Instagram during the pandemic, doing videos, drum videos that became super popular. You raised over 100,000 followers. I would love to hear how it all got started for you, how you got into music and all that good stuff.
Uh, well, first of all, I don't really consider myself famous, but I appreciate all my fans. Honestly, I just love that my followers um can really come together and enjoy watching my videos of me playing drums. It's like so sweet.
Yeah, it's really cool actually. You've been inspiring so many people with your drum videos. And since we started working together, for those who don't know, Alexa's been working with us to create like short drum lessons on Instagram in partnership with Music for Humans. And it's been really cool to like see your followers, how interested they are about learning from you, and also like they're really fans supporting you through everything. So it's been actually pretty awesome to be able to witness that.
Yeah, thank you. It's really great
Yeah.
finally working with you guys. And it's cool because I've been teaching drums and music lessons for like a little over 2 years, and the right opportunity happened at the right time. Let's just say that.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's awesome. So you were at the NAMM show this past weekend. You got to perform live. You met a bunch of people. I'm sure it was pretty amazing. So how was that?
It was so cool. So um the first day was a little wild because I had two shows. So I played at the NAMM show, and then I played at the venue with my band that I was in. And so I just performed at NAMM at the Ultimate Ears booth, which
Oh,
I'm not
nice.
wearing my Ultimate Ears right now. They don't have microphones, but there I have an in-ear monitor endorsement, and it was so cool because I wasn't the only one that performed on stage, but I saw Willow Smith's drummer perform on stage. I don't know her name. It's like I know it's just Bianca. Her name's Bianca something, but she's so
Nice.
good. And it was so cool. And then I saw Destiny Petrel. She's a great guitarist, and I got to meet her. Then I met a lot of other cool people, and it's crazy like what stage I'm sharing it, like the stage I'm sharing with other great successful musicians. And they were so nice, and I'm so grateful for that endorsement. Another thing was that I was able to like explore all the cool booths, and I saw the coolest instruments, and I saw lots of live music going on. There was like numerous stages at NAMM. And my friend I saw play at the main stage outside, and he was so good.
That's so cool. And what is your friend playing?
He's a singer. It's his solo act. His name is Khalil Nash. Also, I you couldn't believe who I saw at NAMM.
Who else did you see?
Stevie Wonder.
Really?
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Did he perform too?
No, I just saw him walk by with a bunch of security guards and people.
That's awesome. Did you get to speak with him?
I wish I didn't meet him, but like he was doing podcasts like what we are doing, and
Nice.
it's crazy because I was standing in a area. It was like near the Ultimate Ears booth, and like right next to the booth on the corner, there was like another separate booth area where there was like a door in it, and he went inside that door, and I was standing right next to that door, and he went inside it to do like an interview or something. I was like, that's crazy. So I guess he's also endorsed with Ultimate Ears.
Did you get to perform with your in-ears when you were playing there?
We all did. So they gave the other performers in ears while they were playing, And then I just brought my own in-ears that are custom.
That's really awesome. Is there something that happened during the NAMM that like really inspired you, give you some new ideas for videos or new, new content?
It was cool because I just talked to other creators and other musicians, and they're also like music creators. And I thought about like doing a video, like a drum duet video, like at the same time, like we meet in person, so like we have two drum kits and we play the same thing.
Oh, nice.
Like
That's super cool.
and have it panned like so stereo, so like it just all the drums are just so like full in the mix, just like having two drummers and like doing a cover or something.
That would be really amazing, actually.
Yeah.
And did you meet other like influencers, other people that do the same kind of things you've been doing?
Yeah, I met a couple, actually a lot. So I took pictures with all my friends, like I talked to, and we finally met. So I met my friends first the first time. There were two girls in the band Plush. I don't know if you've heard of Plush
No,
before.
I haven't. I'll
Oh,
check it out.
they're awesome all girl band, but I met Ashley and Bella. Ashley's the bassist and Bella's the guitarist. She's like so they're both so talented and sweet. And we hung out, and then I hung out with like other people that I've worked with in the past and I haven't seen in a long time. And
Nice.
some of my friends from my hometown came to NAMM and we hung out in a big group. It was so cool.
Yeah, that sounds amazing. Yeah, it's such like a nice gathering of like every kind of, music artist from, even like electronic music producers to like
Yeah.
death metal music player. Like everyone is there. There's even classical music things. It's a pretty amazing event actually.
Yeah.
And lately, what have you been working on lately? What kind of project you've been doing?
So I'm actually about to play a all girl pride event jam. I'm doing it's through this organization called Gritty and Pink Life, and it's a network to empower female musicians and artists. And so what they do at the jams is that they assign songs we learn to like cover songs, but you have to learn the songs front and back because you're just kind of put on the spot with the band you're assigned like on stage.
Oh, nice.
So
That's really cool.
yeah, I've been working on the songs, and they're all like pride songs. They're like all fit the theme, I guess. I don't know, like or just whatever. Like they have these like a couple times a year, and I'm playing at the Echo in Hollywood. Like that's where it's held.
Is there any songs that you're excited about playing?
Yeah, I like playing the song "Faith" by George Michael.
Nice. And since I've been following you, I've seen you've been posting, talking about your sobriety and how it's been good for you. And I also saw kind of like a progression of where you started when you first got sober, and then after this saw some pictures of you graduating from Berkeley and all this, and I was wondering what was the role that music played in your sobriety and your recovery.
So like in my sobriety and recovery, like you have to have your higher power and just put your problems in that hand, in the higher power's hand. And I just chose music as my higher power. And it's like I'm more spiritual. So like I pray to that. The music will just take us somewhere. And like it's just like music's so uplifting. So that's why I chose that as like my higher power. And so I was just with music, it's like a whole escape. It's a whole like another world with just how things should be, and it's just so great that it exists. Like I don't know, I'd be crazy without it. So without
Yeah,
music.
same.
And yeah, and another thing like with like being sober, it's just like you have to like work your program. You have to like follow your steps, and you have to just surround yourself with like good fellowship. So like have other friends sober too, and like like you could have fun being sober.
Oh yeah,
There's such a
definitely.
thing. Yeah, you can have a lot of fun. And because like me, I just couldn't live my life. Just I couldn't even like not even anymore. Can't I just couldn't have another drink, another last high. No, I couldn't do it anymore. Like because I would just get too distracted and it would just put me nowhere. So um
Yeah.
and like it really helped me just get to where I am because like it keeps my head clear. I get to focus on like my art and just focus on the music and just like learning how to produce music. Went to school for something I liked for once. And yeah, like whether it's performing, helping others record, mixing music, whatever it is, like I'm happy with that because I know how to do that all.
Yeah, definitely. Did you feel like before you got sober, like like drinking or whatever, was getting like was kind of like a too big of a focus in your life and taking too much energy for you that like you didn't even have time or energy to do anything else at some point?
Yeah, definitely. It took a lot of, it was just like I was focused on doing that than like the actual things. And it was so addicting because like I couldn't stop easily. And so it just like took my mind away from everything. And I just, it just getting sober, like it really changed everything. It did. Like, it did. Like for me, it did. Yeah. So I,
No, yeah, for sure. No, I can relate, like I so I mean, I never had any addictions, but I was on tour for many years and I loved to party, and like so for a while, like yeah, every weekend we would party and all this. But then when it was time to perform, like I was doing 7 shows a week. So whenever I was doing my shows, obviously I had to be very focused and had the energy and all this to perform and do my things. But then every weekend would come, and then I would party on like my night off, and then after this, the next day off that I had, I would just spend my entire day sleeping or doing nothing. And then after this, we would start doing shows again and repetitions and all this. So I just felt like that most of my free time was kind of like recovering from that one night out. And then, like, I couldn't build anything else than what I was doing on the show. And eventually, I slowed down on partying, and then I started producing more music, and I studied composition for film and TV with Berkeley Online, and I started focusing more all my energy on productive things rather than partying and then recovering the next few days. Um, and also when so I have a daughter now, and then when my wife got pregnant, we were in Australia, and then we moved back to the US, and it was kind of like a big change in our life. We stopped touring, everything was changing, and I just decided to stop drinking entirely for a whole year. It just came very naturally. And then when my daughter was born too, I was spending so much energy and just on like making sure they were fine and that they had my wife and daughter had everything they needed. So I don't think I would have been able to do it while partying. I don't think it, well, for me anyway. And that's why when you talk about this, it really resonate with me, because I know what it can do to you even in like small amount of time. So when you get in the habit of drinking every day, or using every day, it just becomes such a big part of your life that you don't have the energy to focus on anything else. And when you want to build a career like what you're doing right now, it's definitely a lot better to be sober. It's not like the kind of like glamorous rock star life to be drunk every day and play shows and all this. It's not the reality. When when you're actually in it, it doesn't really feel like that fun anymore.
Yeah, exactly. It's actually kind of depressing thinking about like when they party all the time because like when they're sober, they're so tired. Like they're so tired and you couldn't even like function well because it just drains you.
Yeah, it drains away all your creativity too. I feel it's kind of if you take like a loan, like it's like you borrow some like happiness of like the future you for that one night that is going to be very intense, and then for the next few days you have to pay back, like, and then you'll feel like crap for a few days. So yeah, I felt it was not worth it anymore.
That's literally how I feel too.
Yeah, but I'm very happy for you. It's great because I mean, it seems like since you got sober, your whole life has been like really like it's almost like a sign, like everything has been building up like in a very nice way for you. So it's really awesome. We were talking a little bit. We were talking a little bit about this, about the life quote earlier. So I would like you to share a life quote that relates to you and how you live your life.
So I found this about trusting your intuition, and it says, "If you trust your intuition, nothing can ever go wrong. Worst case, you learn a lesson. Best case, you find magic."
That's awesome. And how does it relate to your life?
For me, um, recently I've been realizing that if you have a bad feeling about something, you're usually right. Like, the best case, the worst case, yeah, you're gonna learn, like, you're gonna learn a lesson, and but usually it's right. And then when you have a good feeling about it, then like it's usually good. And it's just kind of like magical if it's if you feel like it. But yeah, I used to just be like pressured. I like couldn't say no to things, and now you have to realize like it's okay to say no because like then you don't have to feel like pressured into doing something you don't want to do. And there's always going to be like other opportunities, like just because like you think there's one thing that's good but you have a bad feeling about it, it's like okay, there might be another opportunity. Like you never know where life will take you.
Yeah, that's so true. Do you feel like, as young musicians, like we learn a lot, and then there's always like that fear of missing out, like that you think like that as soon as there's this tiny little opportunity, you're like, maybe this is like the one opportunity of my life that is going to change everything. So that's why you kind of like feel pressured to say yes to everything, to like any option or any kind of like opportunity that would present itself to you.
Yeah, basically. So like it's just like you don't want to be pressured into just doing something you don't want to do. Because I used to just, if you're afraid to say no, then I'm sorry. Like, it, there's so much you can do. Because, like, it's okay to, like, lift something off. Like, it's because, like, you don't want to be stressed out. No, like, it's okay. Like, you might feel bad for saying no, but, like, you really should put yourself first, though.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. It goes well with like trusting your intuition and all this. As you know, I feel every musician's to to be good in music in general, you have to be kind of like a sensitive person, be very close to your emotions, so you're able to actually communicate those emotions through your music. So most musicians I know are very sensitive people, and I would say that like I could definitely give that same advice to anyone. Trust your feelings, like trust your guts. Whenever you feel like something seems wrong, like don't just go with it. It's better to take your time, and there's always other opportunities that comes eventually. During the pandemic you started making your videos, and slowly you started building up all your following and all that. Like, was that like a goal of yours to do this, to start like kind of like becoming an influencer, or it just happened by itself? How did that started?
Um, kind of it. I started before COVID making videos. Like I was just like, yeah, I kind of just want to dedicate my account to music, like drums. I didn't really think it would go that far because I knew it was like really competitive. But then I like was like, oh, maybe it's working because like one day like a big account reposted me and my video quality wasn't even that good at first, but like it just like started like progressing. And then like when the 2020 pandemic hit, like we were like, oh, we're only going to be on lockdown for 2 weeks, but it did not turn to just 2 weeks. But I was like, oh, cool, I can just play drums. And like I was like in school at the time. Like I just started school. Like I just started like I started my new school like Berkeley Online, and I was like, wow. And then I like had a job. Like I didn't I got laid off, but then I got rehired again. So I was just like I was so bored. So I was just like I'm
Yeah.
just gonna make a bunch of videos, and like it did go somewhere. Like I hit 10K like in 2020, and then in 2021 I hit like I don't really remember, like then I went up to 50K, then I went up to like 60, 70, like, and then like 2022 came and I hit 100K. I was like, wow, like this is crazy.
N-
And it all started to like happen when the reels option on Instagram got discovered, and
Yeah.
like TikTok became a big new thing. I was like, okay, people just like fun covers, or just the people just like the popular songs, just have fun with making your videos with it.
Yeah. Ah, that's really cool. And then like, do you feel like what is it like once you reach like a certain amount of followers and all this, you start feeling like, you have to produce more videos, or you have to be a little bit more constant in what you do, and then you start having like sponsorship and things like that. Like, so what does it involve like for you right now, your all this kind of like influencing industry? Like, what kind of work you've been doing?
It's actually a lot of work because you have to be really consistent to grow. So it's just like thinking of what to cover, or like thinking of more ideas, even if it isn't covers, like whether it's like education or like fun stuff, or something that like relates to like your your audience or like your personality. Um it just depends. Like sometimes it's okay to give yourself a break, like, but I try to post like 2 or 3 times a week. Like it would be too much like for me to like post every single day, unless if I was like it'd be great to like make an entire living. Like I could see like the other influencers, they just like their job is literally just Instagram. Like cuz like then yeah, they're able to post every day. But like
Yeah.
cuz it's their job, so it makes sense. But yeah, but some people like me, yeah, we got jobs, so like make it like few videos a week, like 2 or 3 times a week.
Yeah, and actually, I have a question for you that I'm sure a bunch of people are thinking, or even like a lot of people think that influencers basically don't do anything. They're just like whatever, filming themselves and then making a bunch of money. But it's very interesting because since I started music for humans and started working with influencers like you, I actually realized how much work it is just to keep your things going. Even before I knew that it was a lot of work, but I would like to hear it from you, like, to explain a little bit what it involved, like when you film yourself and then the editing and all this. It's like, it's not just like putting your phone up and like saying hi and doing two, three things and sending
I do everything myself actually. So I what it involves is getting a good lighting. You have to have great lighting and like a good camera angle. So I try to make my camera angles as the same as possible. And then the mixing of my levels after I record um is like important, but also you don't want to look boring. I don't want to look boring playing drums. Like
Yeah.
you kind of want to. I just like
Yeah.
having fun, like because that's not boring, right? Like it's keeps it more entertaining, I guess. So
Yeah.
it's okay to have fun. Like why would you want to be like watching someone be like mad, like looking mad or like
Yeah.
depressed, like playing drums? And
It's
then
true.
yeah, then most of it's like mixing and I have like a good background, so like I'm really good at like mixing drums now from like my education and stuff, and just like really getting deep into it. So like getting the right plugins and right drum software is like I actually record. I record at the same exact time as I play as I film. So like that's a process because I have to like run back there, film, go back here, plug in my headphones, and then like press record, and then like start the song at the right spot, and then know where like to finish whatever however long I choose to do it for this time, and then I just like have to go through like the clip the then I have to make sure it's always the last recording that was like the best one the best one is always the one you do last, and and then you have to find the exact one. So like the last video you took, then um that's the one to edit, and that's the one to like match the video to the audio. And so I just mix on Logic Pro, and I use a couple plugins. I use like the Isotope plugins, and
Oh, nice.
I use Drum Forge shot samples, and now I'm gonna use Steven Slate audio.
Oh yeah, Steven Slate. You're gonna use the Steven Slate drum cymbals?
Yeah, Steven Slate's great. The main thing is you have to make sure it sounds good on your phone speaker because people are
Yeah.
gonna scroll through and then they're gonna be listening through their phone speaker. So that's so important. It has to sound good there.
It's so true. Yeah. Because sometimes you hear it like you have very good like studio monitors and you listen in the studio monitors and everything sounds amazing. You're like, wow. And then you listen to it on the phone and then you're like, it sounds so bad. But then like the most important thing is actually that it sounds good on the phone because most of everyone, no one has studio monitors like listening Instagram videos through. So
No,
yeah.
no. Like, what is
Yeah.
this? Like, I'm gonna have like a high quality video to be on high quality TV and watch Instagram. Like, no, it's your phone app, so you gotta have
Yeah.
good sound on your phone. So it's actually a lot of work. And then like the engagement portion, just like I always like try and like respond to everyone, but it's hard. I feel bad. Like I try to get back to everyone and show and I love and support everyone. But sometimes like I get so many notifications. Like I don't have my notifications turned on like for Instagram up there, but when I log in when I go in the app it shows. So
Yeah, 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 yeah. Me too. I had to turn them off now because our account lately has been going crazy.
growing.
So
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And then my phone was just ringing all the time, and I was like, okay, I need to turn that
See,
thing off.
like
Like,
now you understand. Like it's just
yeah.
like too
At
much.
first, I was super excited. I was like, oh, it's so cool, and then answering all the comments too, and yeah, eventually, like when you have a video with like 1,000 comments on it, it's like you're going to spend like your entire day answering comments and then you have to go to work and do a bunch of other things, record videos or do other things. So obviously it gets a little bit hard to answer everyone, but yeah, like you said, I always try to answer as many people. It's cool lately, actually, since you've been doing the drum videos with us. There's a bunch of people sending us drum videos on on our inbox. Like they're sharing their drum videos with us playing drums, and they're like,
Oh
"Hey, check that
wow.
out." I will share some of
Oh
them with you.
wow. That's
But yes,
awesome.
yeah, it's really cool. Yeah, I've received a few lately, and I was super excited about that. Like people are really getting into like that learning aspect that you've been sharing with them, and
Yeah.
it's really cool.
And I'm glad, like, because I was so sick of only doing covers. I'm like, oh, this can go so this could be so like annoying. Like I'm just so sick of this. Like I want to be like making other kinds of content, like whether it's educational,
Yeah,
funny stuff that's like relatable to others.
it's nice to have like variety of things, you know. You don't it's nice for the following, and it's also really nice for you to not always be doing the same things. um yeah, I feel it kind of talks also about the musician kind of career. If you always just do the same show every night over and over for, you know, 10 years, you're not gonna like playing music in the end. Like you have to do many different things on the side, so that this way you can still like keep your love for music. If not, it just becomes a job, you know.
Yeah, it is.
And then so in closing, do you have any advice you would like to share with aspiring young musicians?
Never give up. Just keep practicing and just keep learning something every day. Like don't you got your it's great to always learn something every day because even the pros always learn something new every day. And yeah,
Yeah, that's so
wisdom
true.
always, you know, what's that Judge Judy quote? Like I don't know.
I
She's
don't
like
know.
brains get better. I it was like something that was just like the older you get, the wiser you are or something.
Oh yeah,
But then
yeah,
like
that's
beauty fades like or something like that's what it was, something like that. It was funny, but like
yeah.
I'm more talking about the lines, just like learning something every day is just gonna make you better. Like you can't just stop and have your ego be like, oh, I'm too good to like stop learning from others. Like
Yeah. Thank you so much for being here with me today. It was really great talking with you, Alexa.
thank you so much, Lewis, for having me. It's always a pleasure.